everyone. Back in Dark Age of Camelot on Phoenix, and again on my Thane. Not to belabor a point, I want to keep working on him and get him up to a reasonable realm rank, and I've had a gas playing him, so, you know, why not? Oh, I've switched a pile of things around, so I gotta remember that I've switched a pile of things around. Okay. I'm hoping that everything is working correctly here for streaming, because one of my bots is not finding anything, and that's just so foreign to me. I don't know what's happened there. But, I mean, looks like Twitch is streaming. I'll know when somebody shows up. See what it says in chat here. Nobody. I don't understand why. My wife said that she'd logged in, and you'd think that it would show something there. Oh, Bosk, thank you. You've just told me that at least my chat is working. My bot that looks for bots isn't seeing anybody on the channel at all. I'm not sure what's happened there. But at least I know chat's working here. I'm actually going to run an ad break. But I suspect you'll still see me anyway. So how you doing tonight? Wrong man. Good. Good. I've been screwing around adding things. So okay, good. My bot is not... Oh, Bosk is finally showing. Wow. I wonder what's changed there. It's still working. That's good. I was worried that it wasn't going to work, but it isn't showing anything. It isn't showing Scribaldus either. Anyway, thank you both. So since my last session, what have I done here? The first thing is I went and did a whole long series of quests, well, time-consuming. They weren't that bad, but they were a little annoying, to get a horse. So I now have a horse. I probably don't need a horse, but, you know, I can now call a horse. Wait the number of seconds for it to show up. And then... I wonder if I can buff from here. I've never looked. No, I can't. I didn't put any of my buffs up. There. Now we can call up the horse. Oh, I have to wait 56 seconds before I can do that. The thing is that normally when you run around in the frontier, if at all possible, you go to the hastener and get a hasten, right? Which I can do right now, just by way of illustration. You go and click on the hastener, and then you get that little 9-minute icon up top there, that says for 9 minutes you're going to be able to move faster. However, if you get into combat with anything, you lose that hasten there. There are speed classes who can run faster than that buff gives you, but basically you run around until you get into a fight, and then you're slow again until you can get near a hastener and speed up again. Apparently 5 seconds for a horse. If you have a horse, there's a delay on when you can call it and stuff like that, but having called it, you can then move at the same speed as the hasten speed, which is not fast. I wonder if you can sprint faster. I think you can. I can't tell. Yep, that's faster. Okay. So you can do this anytime by calling your horse. Your horse can't be killed or whatever. And it was some nasty fighting to get this thing, I have to say. These red mobs with some Ilvatar Valtiri or something like that. Some strange name that didn't, I don't know where it came from. But they were really hard mobs to fight, and you had to wait for them to drop, drop their hearts. You could turn them in to get the last step of this. Oh, that's no good. That dismounts you? That's no good. Ah, but it doesn't put a timer on recalling it. Good. I'm expecting to get killed by something here. I'm just running around to see what the horse is like. Now, it's 130% regular speed on the frontiers, and I think 5 times speed when you're doing PvE. So it's a lot quicker than otherwise. So this is not as good as having a Scald in your group, or even a healer or something like that that has a speed buff, but NPC, yeah. But I thought I'd give it a shot and see what happens. It doesn't look like there's a lot happening on the frontier right now, so it's going to be Zerg time, if anything. Let's see. Hibernia. Looks like we've taken one of the towers there, and that's it. Oh, those are gray anyway, that's fine. Albion. Oh, we have a couple of towers taken in Albion. There might be something happening there, and there's Hibs all over the place. They've taken the Karabenowik and Kara Arisley, and it looks like they've taken, yeah, Boldium, but we've taken the towers for that. Means between them, the Albs can't port from their town to any of their keeps beyond Renaris and Herbury, probably. Maybe to Sursbrook, I can't remember. Anyway, not where I am. I'm running around on our frontier, and it should be fine. It's cool to have a horse. It might be functionless, but I was thinking about it, and part of the thing on a channel like this is to try and be a little larger than life, right? Sure. So, stand out. Well, having a horse is standing out, because it's a stupid waste of money. Really. It doesn't really offer you any major advantages, except you can have the hastener speed at any point. That's about it. With a 10-second delay or whatever it is to call up your horse. The moment you get into combat, you're off your horse, it disappears. And the 10-second delay is to make sure that you can't call it in combat and get away, I think. It's not like some sort of escape route. I was hoping when they introduced horses, like player horses like this, that they were gonna let us, you know, do jousting on horseback or something like that. I thought that would be fun. But it's not quite the way it works. I think if I cast a spell on somebody, the horse goes away and I'm on foot again. Which is too bad, because they could have added a whole level of combat to horseback. And eventually, when I have the money, I can buy barding and everything else for it, which is also kind of cool. So you can get like various types of barding and saddles and stuff like that, and the cloth covers that they used to put over top of the barding to keep the armor from heating up and basically baking your horse. Oh, I should check the task. It wasn't bad. Finding the mobs and the people you're supposed to talk to was kind of irritating, because none of the data on the web was correct. And the quest dialogue got chopped off. The last thing is to kill these big red wolves, two-headed wolves, in northern Moderna Grav. And I managed to find those. and you have to get 3 of their hearts, and it's entirely random when they're going to drop. So I killed like 4 of them and got the first heart, and a thing came up on screen saying 1 of 3, so I knew I needed 3. I checked the dialogue, and it got chopped off before it told you that information, so that's a bug they need to fix. Then it took an hour to get the next one, but nothing popped up on screen, and it was in my inventory. And then 15 minutes later, I got the last one, right after I was bitching about it with somebody in chat. So it's... where are we? I'm just checking this here. Emmenmach. Okay, for another half hour. So I'll go to Emmenmach. It was a little frustrating, but done. Oh, also finding out where the quest started. I asked an advice and nobody knew. And then one person said, I think you go to the Banished camp. And I thought, I remember seeing Banished on the teleport list. I'll go there. And sure enough, that's it. But the dialogues were not correct. And the last thing it told me, well, the very last thing you do is kill a purple wolf. And I managed to do that. This guy soloed it without any problem, I'm glad to say. And then the last dialogue said, return to Modernagrav and talk to Horsemaster Goldnear or something like that. And he's not there. He's in the Banished camp about 10 feet from the guy you get the quest from, but it didn't mention that. So that's the guy you pick up the horse from. But it was good. Done. Now, supposedly, if I read this correctly, once you've done it on one character in a realm, it's good for all the other characters, but I guess you got to keep trading the horse back and forth between them or something. Or go buy another horse. Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's usually done in, I don't know about in this game, but I'm pretty sure in this game it's done in something called Lua, which is a scripting language. That's usually what they do quests for games in, or it used to be. Excuse. Haven't tried. I'll have to do that, but I'd have to take it out of mine and put it into the vault to find it and everything else. Just haven't gotten that far. I have to remember I'm a visible here. Oh, as a matter of fact, while I think of it. This should be quite brief, I would imagine. I've decided I like this running around in groups thing. It's much less risky feeling than running around solo. Yeah. You're gonna nearsight me there, buddy? No? You're gonna try and snare me. I don't want to play. Oh, I'm getting massacred by everybody. Yahtzee. Good name. And toast. But I died for my nation. I haven't even looked to see if there was a battle group or anything like that. Albs and Hibs. As a matter of fact, I didn't even look to see how many of everybody is on. 76 Albs, 64 Mids, 63 Hibs. It's really fairly balanced. I mean, more Alps than everybody else, but that's normal. Oh, I added a thing too. You can now type sprint in there and it will play this song. I don't know if you're hearing it or not. Did that come through on audio or did you hear that? Yeah, I guess it did. Okay, then that's something I need to figure out. It's playing it locally here for me. I will actually, since there's just a few of you here, I will go check that. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Okay, I'm just checking something here. Problem is I can never remember where stuff is on the Stream Elements website. No, that's not it. Yeah, I have channel points enabled somewhere, but I don't remember where the hell I went to do them. No. I don't remember where I configure it. I'll have to figure that out, but I don't remember where it is. Dashboard. When I go to here, extension, maybe under that. No, that's all just ads for other crap. Yeah. Channel point. Okay. Customize points display. No. That isn't setting up what? No. No. Channel. No, that's all the stuff that's already defined. Stream. No. 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 Community. No. No. Oh, this is irritating. I knew there was something I hadn't checked out. Well, maybe I'm looking for the wrong thing. When you're in chat here. No. Right. So those are all set for channel points. And I'm sorry about this. I should have figured this out earlier. I don't remember how to configure them. All the stuff is either a video, which I'm not going to watch while I'm on my stream, or okay, custom rewards. Where the hell do I configure the custom reward? I'll tell you, their configuration system for Twitch starts at absolute crap and goes down from there. Yeah. Oh, that's emotes. Ah, okay. Okay. But that doesn't do it. Yeah, okay. Oh, it needs to be a sound alert. That's why. Okay. Somewhere in here. Yeah, tell them what type it is. No. Maybe I've reached the maximum number of sound alerts that I can have. I think I probably have. They're going to ask me to spend money to expand my capabilities here. Okay. That didn't work either. Cancel. Crash that. Delete. Okay. The really boring stream where you watch somebody configure something on a web page. Oh, actually, there is 4 of you here. I'm very sorry. I can stop this. I wanted to figure this out though, because it kept being a problem. Okay. Right. Okay. Upload that. Use file. No. Right. Okay. That should easily fit. No. Have another reason it won't upload. Great. Nope. Oh well, at least I know where I'm going now. That's really irritating, but at least I know. Okay, so forget that feature, because I got to enable it first, and haven't quite figured that out. So let's see who is running a BG, if anybody. Wow, not a lot of people. Are you still there, PNA? You were not, possibly? No, you are not. Oh, too bad. I was going to ask you if you'd been on today. Okay, well, buff up. Oh, you are here. There's something weird with Twitch. It's doing weird things. My bot is not reporting names of people. And when I did a search of chat, it didn't show you there either. So, who knows? I have 302 followers now, though. Somebody else decided to follow while I was off. Let us just go get slaughtered at the blood docks. No? Taking a break or just busy doing something else, or? Hey, it's my look-alike. Except for the weird color of shield that Cyans has chosen for their guild. Oh, I'm sure. How's that going? I'm sure that must be exhausting to set all that sort of stuff up. Yes. There. Sort of cyany blue color. Oh yeah, I'm sure. You'll end up taking business classes at night or something. Oh, slash hood. Forgot about that. There. Let's see us with the hood up. Sure. Gonna guess everybody is going to Hibernia, which I should probably do too. What else? There was something else I was going to mention. Nope, I don't remember it. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, see if you can get at Linda. Lots of good courses. John Crouchen again. I guess it could be a pun on the name. I don't recognize Cyans, S-A-I-Y-A-N-S, as being from anything. So, I mean, it could be French for cyan. I really don't know. Can I do those ones? No. Can redo these. That was funny, watching a boat go by with somebody's pet in the water. Could be. Yep. But then they could have made it gold colored because, you know, science is golden. Don't leave, please. No, no, no. Oh, I see. It was on buggered up map. No, I know. In order to have the payoff of that one, somebody would have to ask you why your shield was gold colored. And if that doesn't happen, then there's no joke. Now, I do actually want the realm map up in case we'd actually gotten around to taking anything here. And it looks like the only thing we've taken is possibly the guard tower out there. I have no idea about the M1 Apple chip. I will say that when I tried running games in parallels before, the lag was just horrendous. The performance was not that good. What I did was set up dual boot and run Windows 7 and then eventually Windows 10 and use that instead. Much better with dual boot. Thank you. Are you just going to sit there? Not going well with two of them. Oh, it was 9POC. I think. No, that was not 9POC. Who was that? Flop. Okay. Flop. Can't do dual boot anymore? Don't buy them. Don't buy that system then. You have to use a Mac? I mean, I understand I own an iMac desktop as well as my Windows system. And whereas when I got my Mac, I got it because I hated how well Windows was working, which is to say not very well at all. And I wanted something good and stable, and the Mac was good for that. Yeah, 160 gold because I went through an awful lot of my Heart of Legion and stuff like that when I was doing the horse quest. Can't possibly buy a desktop? Because you can get an awful lot of desktops for pretty damn cheap. Like I'm not sure, I'd have to look it up, but I think I'm paying $70 a month for the system that I bought here from Dell, which is intended for gaming and has a decent graphics card on it. And $20 a month or something like that for the monitor, and it'll be paid off in, you know, a year or two, something like that, maybe a little less. And it's an awesome system. I have rescued a 500 gig SSD and put it in here, and bought some speakers for it and stuff like that, but you know, it's perfectly usable as a Windows system. I can game on it. I can do everything else on it, except my font software is locked to the Mac. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see there. Then you need to buy yourself a gaming system. Go buy an older computer, and this game can survive on an older computer. I don't know what to suggest other than that. Normally, for other games, I would say on Apple, you can use GeForce Now, but use an iPad for almost everything. Man, we have an iPad. I never use the thing. We got an iPad Pro, and it was a great deal, but I just never find myself using it. Mind you, I had a desktop computer in 1988 running DOS 2.1 and before Windows existed. So I'm sort of predisposed to desktop systems. Yes, he does use it. That's true. I don't use it. I should. I should get used to it, because I'm sure there's tons of stuff I could do on there that I would be happy to do. The Thane here, also a troll, a little shorter, named 240 volts. That's hilarious. And yes, they should have gone out the back door. Oh, the fight continues. I did not get in on that. Yeah, I can draw, kinda, on paper. When I tried it electronically, just hard to get a feel for. I was at a Comic-Con here in town the year before the plague hit, and there was a cartoonist type guy there that was using a program that I think we got, and man was he good. Really, really, really good at illustrating stuff very quickly. Had a real flair for the texture and the thickness of the line, and yeah, it's really impressive what can be done. Yes, sure. I have to admit that the iPad is like insanely powerful, like the Pro. And it just keeps getting better and better for what they can do and everything. And I haven't really done it justice. I would love it if my font software was supported by it, but they'd probably require me to spend another $700 to get it for a different platform. So I haven't looked into it, but I don't have high expectations. Mind you, that is the most frightening piece of software I've ever seen in my life. Called FontLab Studio. And I'm on version 7 now. I skipped 6. Version 5 had a 1,000-page manual, which came as a PDF. So good luck reading 1,000 pages of PDF and finding what you want to find if they didn't index it perfectly, which they didn't index it perfectly. So version 7, I've got no idea how big it is because the manual is a website now. Alan Vannon. Okay, fine. Send me to Alan Vannon. That means I want to go to Bennewick and jump, doesn't it? I'm glad you're getting lots of use of that spell. Yeah, it was actually over 1,000. I didn't count them all, but yeah, it's just huge. And also, I mean, there are so many things to a font. You think, well, it just draws pictures that are the letters, right? No, each one is a vector drawing that is done instantaneously every time you hit the page, every time you hit a key. Each one's a tiny little vector drawing. And there's scripting associated with those that controls how it works and whether or not stuff gets substituted and things like that. And that's the stuff I've been screwing with is, I want to get off here. We'll just swim back for 5 minutes. That's the stuff I've been putzing around with is it's called Adobe OpenType font scripting. And usually a font might have like 3 or 4 little things that require the scripting, but I write fonts that have scripts of, 1,200 lines and stuff like that to control how they work. Oh, can I buff from the back of a horse? I can. Those ones anyway. I think if I cast my personal buffs, which I need to do, in 12 minutes, I'm okay. See, this is the life of luxury until I get killed by somebody at high speed. Feels like you're going faster. You aren't, but it feels like it. That's not the zone I'm in. Shelter check. I don't know what the point of that little delay is, but... Anyway, I'm having to rebuild my fonts now, because I had a hard drive crash on the Mac, and I got it set up on an external drive and everything, but I got to rebuild everything. So I can't chase people down. Okay, sure. I'm only moving at 1.3 speed anyway, right? Same as a hastener buff. Hello, Misa. How you doing? Let's go die. No, can't get close enough. Okay. I'm doing fine. I'm fine. Slept terribly last night, so I'll probably nod off straight down onto my keyboard halfway through this broadcast. But other than that, great. See, doesn't that feel just like horrendously slow? Why did that eat all of... Was that producing an error? Illegal source object. I have no endurance potion. That's going to make things really slow. Like here. Unless those are all mids. Which they are. Just stay there. Come on. Sure, I'll join a group. That's why I'll join a group. And buff. Somewhere in there, right? Guess I should get in tune with what we've got here. Healer, Scald, Bone Dancer, Warrior, Shaman, and Thane. Hua hua hua. Go Midgard melee. Sprint. See, if I had that running right. I mean, it does run right on my end, but you don't see anything. End pot check. Oh no, my end pot is dead. I gotta get another one. So next time I die, I'll go buy one. Okay. Lagged or something? That's it. If you do that, I can't see. Okay, I won't stick to you. That guy didn't stand much of a chance, eh? Yeah. No, see, there's probably some sort of lag that was happening between my system and the rest of the universe, because my bot finder bot was not doing anything. Now it's showing 5 bots that I would have expected to be there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 users, including me. And hello to some people I haven't seen before out there. And it wasn't doing that before. I was actually worried that something had broken. Oh, come on. Stupid Levia now. I'm toast there. And I'm toast there. Oh well, so is everybody. Release. So I think that there was some problem before and it's caught up. And that's fine. Come on. Yeah. Bye. Bye. That. Go away. I need to hit the rock, don't I? Yeah, somebody's asking in advice here about the melee changes. Do you know anything about what they're changing, PNA? Well, or anybody for that matter. I have to make sure I understand what you mean. You mean that we're gonna do like fixed amounts of damage? Blood. Oh, sorry there, Misa. Um, um, there. Somebody hit SOS. He stunned me that quickly? Good for him. Annoying, but you know, good for him. So, no idea where my group went. Oh, there we are. So they're just worried about the amount of damage that gets done, like the variation differences? Oh, well, there you go. So there are some changes. And they've left again. We were chasing after some hibs that were on the bridge here, but they have left. No hibs. No hibs today. So sorry, unless that's them there. Yeah, well. It's one. Who died? Okay. See, that's like fine granularity of styles for classes and stuff that just goes straight over my head. So you saying that with the standard way of laying out a group in Midgard, whatever that may be, if you end up having two savages, you've given up somebody who could peel because they couldn't do it? Do not hit the edge of the furniture there, please. Dead elf. Before I even got there. I mean, not that I'm saying that sort of stuff isn't important. I'm glad to see somebody's thinking about it, but I wouldn't have known the difference. That guy was really quick when he realized what he was falling into. That'll be drunk stains, right? Yeah. Whole group's taking on single guys is... It's okay, of course. That's what happens. That's why you don't run around solo without expecting to get ganked. But it'd be nicer if we could find another group to fight, even if we're not... We're one short of a full group. Right. Who do we just add? Okay. That got a little weird. I'm not good enough at knowing exactly who I should pick off to begin with. Trying, but, you know. And what I see is the silhouette of a shape casting a spell and standing still long enough. Okay, I should stop them by interrupting them. That much I can do. Oh, hey. There's 11 of you out there. Voila. Which is about the extent of my Spanish. Sure, I can follow the warrior. That was a very quick bio break somebody took there. It was like 30 seconds. Okay, what is our /U now? 60 elves, 43 mids, 44 hits. We are now the lowest populated bit. Well, no, there's 2 mids not on the frontier, not doing their part at 50. Okay, once we figured out where we're running, I gotta put a sprint thing up. Oh, I've added a way for me to join a Discord if I want to and not have it appear on the stream. And then I have a push to talk button set up that I'm just gonna test it even though I'm not on Discord at the moment. It should put a little graphic on the other side of the screen there that says Discord until I tap it again. So I'm going to have to wait until I get into Discord in some group I'm in, but to really check it out. But that way I won't be as crippled as I was when I was running with a group last session. Which was a great group, but yeah, but then I can join and still hear you guys without you being on the stream because you might not want to be, right? And then I just have to remember to hit my F12 button and hold it down while I'm talking. Well, being an old school MMO player, we didn't use any of that. We chatted, which was terribly inefficient. And now I'm a convert to the new way. I believe in Discord. Discord rules. It's an annoying interface on Discord. I don't like the design at all. But the program works great. Now, as long as it doesn't get bought by Microsoft or something like that, we should be good. Oh, that was another stealther. Unless that was some sort of legacy from the game client, not Not doing things right. Flint is still on. I am okay. "15 seconds. No, I did not want to be mad. Nobody asked. Oh, there's Waldo. Why exactly did I drop my gap so that I could get more purge without getting even more purge? Done forever. Finally. And getting slaughtered. Well, at least let me have a decent fight. No. Oh well. Not like we didn't gank a bunch of people. Yeah, well, I kind of thought I would put Purge 3 up. Okay. Well, I'm at Realm Rank 5.3, so... "58 more seconds. Wrong map. Okay. Well, then maybe I should reset that again. And just go to max out debt completely. Oh, it won't come up more movie. Right. mosquito. Wow. Who the hell hit me there? Okay. 3 things hit me. Wow. I will return. I have to say, the group I was in last time, much better than these guys. Maybe I'm not being fair. 21 seconds. As long as I keep climbing up the levels, I do not care. 10 seconds. I'm going to be in dire need of some coffee. Okay. This is also not a very talkative group. That's okay too. Okay, there was something I was going to say, and I completely lost it. No idea. Man, I got to do something with some reflected light. So I don't have this stupid hole on top of my head. Looks terrible. If I had hair, you wouldn't notice it, but yeah, not so much. I guess I could wear a hat all spring and die of the heat. My friend Actual Kevin would be happy about that. He thinks hats are funny. I don't know where we're going or what we're doing. I mean, obviously running around looking for the enemy, but an awful lot of circling and sneaking that gets involved with that too somehow. On the other hand, that's helping me there. I forgot to hit sprint right away, and when he circles around like that, I can cut the corners when I'm on AF, so. He had a nice one-on-one going there, but my guys felt compelled to jump in, and once they did that, I figure I might as well too, but
doing anybody any harm here that they aren't getting healed of. But hopefully I'm annoying some people, if nothing else. And toast. This is not going well. No. Seconds. Yeah, I'm really not in any position to criticize these guys, except that they seem to be a little confused and non-communicative. That's about it. Because I really don't know what I'm doing in a group yet. Not really. Over cleaning my hands. Refine. We should be in refine. Nobody seems to be doing anything in refine. Oh, we got a Zerker. There's a terrible habit people have. Addressing people by their main character's name instead of the character they're on at the moment or something. At least I think that's what happened. I don't know where we went. I'll assume bled. I asked. Nobody said anything. Ah, okay. Okay, now I'm going to try and configure Discord. MGB. Oh, not that. Okay. Gonna say I went searching for it, didn't find it. This will let me test Discord and see if I've got it configured right or not. Okay. 3 PUTT. XT. Yeah, that's what I got in there. I can't see chat when I'm... I can't find it anyway. XTP3PUTT. Huh. I probably lost the whole group too because I can't find them. No. Try that again. No. I don't want to think that I'm unable to do this, because should be able to. Yeah, I'm doing that. X T P capitalized 3 capitalized P lowercase UTT. Yeah. I don't understand. X T P3P U T T. No. Like I said, the interface on Discord absolutely blows. Great big search box. X. Click in the search box because it doesn't put it there by default. Not doing it. Maybe I'm searching in the wrong spot. Oh. Yeah, just not worth the fucking effort trying to join when you cannot find the friggin' channel. Or maybe that's just purely my ignorance of Discord. I have people that I care about saved, and I have my own green room set up and my own voice channel and everything. Out of that. Yeah, can't find it as a server. Can't find it when I search. Damn it, guy, keep moving. Nope. Been still long enough. So no idea. Into the enemy there. I'm dead before I can hit anything. Yeah, it sure was a lot of hit. I don't know where the hell we were. We started off with some help. Okay, so what the hell am I doing wrong on adding a connection here? It's not a server? That doesn't seem to do anything. The search from the top left there. XP. P3P UTT. No, it's not on the right fucking box. P3P. Excuse my swearing. I try to avoid it, but I'm getting pissed at Discord. Okay. There. Finally found the Discord. Can you hear me? Yeah, I found you finally. That was really weird. Okay. Okay, so I can hear Discord here. Can you guys out there in the audience hear the Discord? Tell me no, please. Okay, good. So I got them talking in my ear. Back to Bloodmere again. Doing the same thing again and again. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So that kind of works. I can hear people talking in the background. Could be. Huh. Okay. Brent and Stick. And let him worry about what's happening. Okay, so that's actually working. It doesn't make it any less confusing. It actually makes it worse. And you will note in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, if I do it right, there's a little icon that pops up to let you know that I am talking on Discord. So I'm not ignoring what's happening in chat necessarily at that point. Oh, it's Drunk Stains again. Dead. He's a nice enough guy actually. He streams on Twitch. So our killing of him's probably been recorded. But then our killing of him's been recorded because I'm streaming on Twitch. I'll just jump in their boat. Mystery trip. Yeah. A bunch of us jumped on a boat and it was the wrong boat. I have no idea where we're going. Yeah, perfect timing for that. Yeah. I have no idea where McCraw was going. That's funny. No, no. Possibly Brefine? No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Were you guys heading to Brefine? Okay. There. And I'm gonna be dead here. Yeah. I got greeted. Okay. Release and next boat. Okay. Realm map. No, I had the friggin' realm map open. Go there and take that boat. Teleport, please. Oh man, okay. Time waiting. Depends on how well you can play when you're plastered. Okay, that's some buffs anyway. Now I can probably port to there. Might help. Funny, it's kind of like listening to like the police band radio or something. So I'm going to get over there just as everybody's dead. So I'm basically going to get back there just about when everybody's dead, right? Oh, that didn't work. Wow. I'll try that again. Bye. Then I'll get on the damn boat. There. It's actually very distracting. Quite funny. But it doesn't remind me of listening to late police band radio. To a much lesser degree, military radio when I was a radio operator in the military. Because it's not structured. But so funny. Okay, so on Hibland, that's probably Alps, they're saying. And that's what killed me, so I think I'll jump a little farther north and hope to find my folk. Uh, Roger 24, you're clear for takeoff on runway 215. Winds are light, altitude is 2399. I've never been an air traffic controller. I was a military radio operator, but, you know, that was all mostly restricted stuff. I think I'm going to not end up meeting up with these guys. Me. Grimstain, I just made it over to Hibside and you guys are probably all gone now, right? Where to? Okay. Okay, I'll jump north. Yep. You know where the cliff's edge is there just before it goes flat? I'll be right on the side there until they kill me. Trolls don't hide behind trees very effectively. Roger. Changing course to 025. See, the thing is, they're saying they can see a little dot on the map, but I'm using the map from Bisan here, and I don't see anything. I don't think. I'll wait till I see if I see something coming down the water here, but... Okay, yeah, and I don't see nothing. He said they're passing crotch. I've never heard it called crotch. Oh, look. Saracen order. I'm going to end up dead. For her doing that. I like it when they stay in range. Yeah, I gotta catch up with them first. Roll speed. The real running battle here. Where's Arua? If you get a UI for the game called Bisan UI, it has a set of downloadable maps. It has a little red X wherever one of the flags are if you don't have that. Handy. Bysan UI. If you install just the regular UI, it won't have those X's on the maps. You got to go to their Discord and find the extra maps and shove them in there, but it's not hard to do. Okay. So, this is a bunch of guys who aren't noobs, I'm sure, but they were saying, yeah, we're a bunch of noobs because they didn't know where stuff was and things. So, that's why I was telling them about the UI I got here. Right, there's one over there. Oh, there's more of you. Hello, more of you. Hello, folks. Oh, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the thing. I'm having fun playing this. I don't really play for any other reason. We have a healer, berserker, Thane, warrior, bone dancer, skald, and healer. So you can see it's a carefully considered group, well composed. Yeah, no shaman. I think we had one. Yeah, I think it cycles the the most remote zones first, then the second, like the middle zones to each realm, and then back out to the remote ones with Aelin Vannon in between. I can't remember the order, though. I've had people tell it to me many times, but not a hope. I'll tell them that. One of you go away and come back as a shaman. Is it? Including the bone dancer? Okay. Right. Oh, well, that's good then. Maybe we've got good potential. Right. Only if we can catch them. Does look like we're catching them slightly by margin, no? No. No trolls, dwarves only. Oh, well, I didn't know you guys were racist too. I thought you just preferred dwarf yourself. Actually, I can see reason not to use trolls because they're such big targets, right? Easily selected at a distance and everything else. I was thinking about that when I'm on my horse. Same thing. Oh, I like kobolds immensely. My my Shadowblade, my Spirit Master on live was a yeah, he was a kobold. I had a kobold warrior. Yeah. Lies. Kobolds are awesome. The place that really got screwed is Albion because their tiny race are the Iconu, and there's no excuse for being an Iconu. Bless you. We might have a slight speed advantage here. Okay, not. Your cooperation is appreciated at this time. Yeah. Why were 3 guys running away from 8, you know? Yeah. got on me here. But I figured if the Berserker was taking him, I should be paying attention to him. Not so much. Because he's killing me. That did not work. No. I think that was a hero or something. You'll be able to tell me I know. Oh no, I saw his left foot. I know what class he is. That did not go well. Champion. Oh. Useless class. Complete target lock, you bet. Oh well. Back to pay the bill. Lurker was peeling them. Looks like Chomp is getting some good targets. He undoubtedly knows what he's doing. Whereas Wah, not as much. Have a good night. Thanks very much for the group, guys. That was fun. If you get real bored, take a look for Twitch TV/ThatFontGuy. Yeah, have a good one. Bye. Okay. I'm doing streaming on Twitch, that's all. I'm just saying if you want to see yourselves, that's where you'll find it. Yeah. Yeah, they were fairly tough for sure. No, I'm not calling it night, Jason. This group that I was part of here, decided to call it because they're all somewhere out west. And I've got them on Discord. I will disconnect from Discord. Boom. Minimize that. Fire is wet. Champion is fun. Champion is great. I have a champion. And he's enormous fun. And he actually soloed fairly well. I didn't think I'd like Champion. And then I tried one and it was like, oh yeah, this is cool. So we are actually really close to 5L4 now. I'm 11% off or something like that. I mean, that's going to take a while, but still, that's cool. I had a thing I was going to say. Oh, and hello, Jason, by the way. Oh, so for those of you who came along later and all this, and I'll have no idea when most of you arrived, I said last session I was going to do the horse quest and get myself a horse, and I did the horse quest, and I got myself a horse for 5 plat. But it's kind of fun, and I don't have any barding for it or anything like that. I didn't realize all that stuff was extremely expensive. So that's going to have to wait for a bit. But I do have a horse. Which should hopefully be useful when it comes time to run around and I've, lost my speed due to fighting or something like that. Now, I don't have the right configuration of it yet, but if I needed to hit my sprint button and I've forgotten about it, I want to set it up as one of the channel points rewards there, but I can't figure out. I forgot to do it before I started the stream. So you can type this sprint, exclamation mark sprint, which will make noise at my end, but you don't hear it. It's really friggin' loud. It's that da 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 run meme thing that's been all over Instagram and TikTok and everything else. So I just edited that a little bit to not blow my eardrums out. And I will set that up as a channel points thing too. Probably tomorrow if I can. I just haven't quite figured out how. Oh. Thank you. My wife has just brought me the sacred coffee and whiskey. So there will be a brief pause. It's a little too hot to drink. Oh. Anyway, I guess if I am not grouped, I might as well be running around. Oh, that was the thing I was going to do, right? I was going to dump my acquired Phoenix Feather loot into the account vault. That worked? That did not work. Way down at the bottom. So, 18,821. And 59 Phoenix Claws. That ought to be close to something useful at some point, right? And then we need to find the stupid gambling dude. And convert those to money. 128 gold. Well, that'll pay part of what I burnt through the last day. Now, it did occur to me that as a troll, I'm already the largest target on the field, right? And if I stick myself on a horse, I'm even bigger. So, I don't know. Well, this is... Oh, repair. Right. I have not paid the repair bill. Where is the smith? So I have to just hand everything to him, right? $91 gold. Yeah. $11 is a bit better. 87 gold. Is there a repair? Oh, I see. 255 gold, 33 silver, 79 copper. Wrap on a stick. Slow repair stream, yes. Hey, I didn't know you could do repair all. One of those quality of life things, right? Oh, and I forgot the side door. Somebody got wounded by somebody. So we'll see if we can do anything other than get ganked by everybody running around here. Actually, I did pretty good fighting those reds down in Modernigraph. I mean, I made a fair amount of money from selling the crap that I got. I don't have any salvage ability on Alb, or on Mid, unfortunately. I have to go do all of that again, which I'm really not looking forward to doing. But Big Jimbo, anybody want any salvaging done free? Yeah, thank you. I need to figure out how to do that myself, so I can maximize the money I'm making, and then it won't be huge numbers, but if I go farming with this guy, it should be alright. And I was handling the red mobs down there, no problem. I handled the purple, it was the final of the horse quest, no problem. Seriously no problem. He wasn't difficult at all. Took a little longer than the reds, that's about it. So I guess templated and, you know, potion buffed and everything else like that, a Thane is alright. Stealther core there. Oh, where is the task right now? Outland Mount. Well, hey, I can go to the Antland Mountains. I have a horse. Probably just a method of me to get to the point where I get killed faster, right? Not much faster than walking as a troll, I have to say. Now it's like 5 times faster than normal pace on the PvE side or something like that. But look at how big a target that makes. Oh, hello, I'm Nizzy. Thank you very, very much for the subscription. Awesome. Speed 5. Oh, okay. Right. Thank you very, very much. That came out a little weird. I'll put it down to having troll brain. How you doing tonight? Well, this does feel faster than just stomping along, I have to say. Not massively faster, but acceptably so. There's a lot of death down there. So, if any of you out there have a horse for one of your characters, maybe you can tell me, because the quest information as they programmed it is at best incomplete and buggy. But I got the impression that if you do the horse quest for one character on a realm, you can use it, like every character can have a horse. I don't know if that means you got to shell out another 5 plat to buy a horse, or if you can trade the horse back and forth, or what. But there could be a flag here, right? There is. And the perfidious Albs have taken it. And that pops you off your horse. That's funny, I guess, because it's an action. Even though you take it just by standing around. Yeah, I know. I gotta try that and see if I can do it. I don't know what they had against horses that they made it such a serious thing to obtain, unless they just figured it was a good cash sink. 3. We already got that one. But yeah, I'll have to try that. Take the horse out of here, shove it in the account vault if it'll let me do it, and then pick it up on another character and see if they can summon the horse and then reverse it all. Honestly, I think I'd end up saving up the money if I had another character that actually needed to have a horse. I'd save up the money and get another one, rather than trade it back and forth, just because that's a pain. Also on the Bison UI, you can't call up the mount page. No idea why. But it doesn't come up. You have to type /mount. That's true. That's true. Right. I think what it amounts to is once you've done the quest, you don't have to do it again. But if you want to have a horse, you have to pay for it. What a name. Mahaprajna Paramita. Maha means big. I know that much. I don't know what Prajna means or Paramita. My Sanskrit, or whatever it is extremely limited. There's a question too. If I'm riding a horse and I'm in a group and they have a scald, do I move at scald speed on the horse or do I pop off the horse? "29 minutes left in Yampland and 13:45 in participate." Yeah, it's an unimportant question. Either way, I'd be moving at, speed 5, which is fine. Right. I remember it was amazing when they gave us horse routes. That was really cool because you didn't have to run the full length of the kingdom to get somewhere. And I remember thinking, oh, these are greens. I don't want to get aggro, stupid mobs. I remember when they said they were going to give us individual horses. That was cool. Very cool. But I had visions of us doing mounted combat, and that just did not happen. Don't go near the unicorns. They're antisocial. I think they're aggressive, yes. Good night, Misa. Thanks for coming by. Nice to see you again. 2.5 hours. Yeah, I know. But if you think about those medieval knights' horses, they had to carry somebody in, 130 pounds of armor on top of their regular weight. That's how we got Clydesdales. And the like. That was quick. And might I assume, I am Nizzy, that was you that just died there? It was somebody named Nizzy, so not reaching too far. Yeah, I was coming in and thought, I will zot that mini. Oh well, I participated. Recharge all. It's like repair all instead of recharging each thing individually. Now I know. Yes, you get rewarded for participating. If I bring up Task Realm here, I don't know if that's too small on your screen to read, but the middle part here is participate in RVR. Participation rewards 600 realm points. RP pool is 50,660.35. Many zeros. 6. I don't know how they arrive at that number. In 10 minutes and 17 seconds, the RPs will be doled out. Now, at realm rank 1, that's 1,000 points. I'm at realm rank 5 now, and it's down to 600 points. When I get to 7, it'll be, 550 or something like that. But yeah, you get realm points just for doing that, and it decreases as you go up in rank. That is a very nice quality of life thing for people showing up on this server, and, there's realm rank 11 and whatnot running around out there. You can catch up to the point where you stand a chance of being able to participate instead of just being a smear on the ground, a lot faster. And then there's a constantly rotating event. Right now it's the fight in the Yamplin Mountains, and grabbing those flags and killing other people gets you points, and Midgard's winning right now with 354 points. Participation reward is another 600 RPs. And that will be done in 25 minutes and 46 seconds. The participate one will be done in 10 minutes and 17 seconds. So at some point or another there, if I stay online for the next half hour, I'll get another 2,000 realm points just from that. Which is good, because I'm not doing too many fights, right? No, I'm not really looking to see if there's more. I do that, but it doesn't look like there's much happening out there. Yeah, there's no battle group going or anything. I don't know what it's like over in Hibernia, because they seem to have a pretty good set of leaders there. But Midgard always seems to be reactive to me. Somebody will come over and take our keep, and then suddenly there'll be a battle group and tons of people there to take it back and everything. But they don't seem that often to go and just take everything everywhere themselves. Maybe I'm just missing it because of the hour, mind you. you. No. I have seen people out PvEing. There's obviously people leveling up and stuff like that. Not a lot of Zerg RVR. I guess maybe it's that mostly they're organized into 8-mans. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Whoa. Let's not be doing that. Because I repaired stuff, took it off my bar. It's a bad thing to jump into a fight and not be able to switch weapons if you want to. Or be on the wrong one and not be able to switch. Mind you, the odds are there's nobody out here, right? Now there's a thing. If you participated in RVR and it hasn't come up for like awarding points there and you log off, you lose that, right? You have to stick around for that. That's the way I understand it works. Right, that's what I thought. Now, there's the next test. Is this the same speed as Hastener's speed? Can I get Hastener's speed and keep it, because I forgot to grab it, without getting off the horse? That's one thing. Yes, I can. Doesn't make any difference, though. The sprint does. Which is good. I'm not losing out for that. Yep. Okay. Barely clear the arch there. Thank you. No, we're not doing that, eh? There we go. Close perf. Not so much close perf. Yeah, I burnt my ST, but yeah. He missed his backstab or something. But I tried the stun, it didn't work. Hit the ST. Was able to slam him and then step back and Zot. And yeah, that's cool. That's cool when it works. Now I just need more ST so it comes up more often. Oh no, it will never come up more often. 10 minutes. Just how long it lasts. But more ST for that. You're not going to tell me that prevents me from calling a horse. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, well, I'll get some additional strength then. And wait. That's a bit severe. Shore patrol. Thank you. We do that again? 7 seconds. Then await. Oh, I never looked to see what I got for that fight. Oh, hey. 1130. You may try and gank me. Oh, there comes the first set of rewards there. So that's another 1,000. So now I'm 6% off of level 4. Can you jump on a horse? You can't. Cool. Wonder if there's some way you can do the Lone Ranger thing. Don't need the map. So, yeah, so the participate is now on another half-hour timer. And it's 15 minutes until the Amtlin Mountains comes in, and I managed to go there and die, so silly as that is, that's enough to qualify. Okay, how good is the horse on going up object? Do I take damage when I jump off? I do, okay. This is like when they added falling damage all over again. Suddenly I'm missing my Valkyrie too. So I used to ride her around the PvP zone on a horse all the time. That would be a particular advantage if being on horseback and you get hit by a stealther, if it is enough to blow their perforated artery or something like that. I have to say, the animation for riding your horse through the water, well, it looks like I'm doing something rather awkward with my horse rather than riding it. not that complimentary animation. Oh, we're running out of people. Mind you, it is... My watch would cooperate. 11, so that's like 2 in the morning Eastern time, right? And then the Europeans won't be awake for hours more. So I guess this is going to be the lowest time for server numbers and everything. I really need to start streaming earlier or something. Or much, much later. My stupidly long stream there had the biggest numbers of people ever drop by. I mean, not everybody stayed or anything like that, but I had 331 people come by and check out the stream, which is nuts. Normally I'm more like 100, 140 or something like that. So that was something else. But I can no longer stay up like I used to. It kind of sucked too. After 8 hours of doing this, I was just burnt to a crisp. When I was in university, I could drink a pot of coffee and go fast asleep, no problem. Didn't affect me at all. I could stay up for 3 days and I would be tired by the end of the 3rd day. Oh. Good to relax to have coffee. Going well there. No. Oh, who was that? 9POC. Okay. Thank you. Yes, my buffs are down. That might have made a bit of a difference, you know, now that I think about it. Hard to say, but what I get for nattering continuously, right? Let's play buffs again. Nope, 24 seconds. So basically, I might have done much better in that fight. 44 seconds. Three more seconds. There we go. That was perfect timing. And I got toasted. Inapak again. Not a happy camper. Oh, somebody got her. Mushu. Oh well. Puts me closer to the next goal. Okay. You must wait 0 more seconds. Why doesn't it just go through then? Okay, so I burnt ST there and it did me no good because I didn't get a chance to slam again. That was a bit suboptimal. Well, if you're gonna do it, I'll stay stuck on the furniture. He's obviously more practiced at it than I am. Can I bother here? No? Minutes on that one, 3 minutes and 33 seconds on Yemtlin Mountains, and I don't know where it goes to next. Oh, we get a bonus for having the EV tower. I didn't know that was a thing. Hello, Nizzy. How are you liking Shadowblade, by the way? I have one that I'm still leveling up. No, that's probably Infiltrator. I've got an Infiltrator I like a lot. What realm rank are you up to? If you don't mind me asking. I understand that Shadow Blades become comparable to the other two classes around about realm rank 6, I think. 5L1. Okay. Hello, you. Thank you, guys. Here. I got you. No? Stunned and dead. I can't type to save my life. Nightshade feels stronger than Shadowblade. My infiltrator is, I don't remember what. 5L8 maybe? 5L7? I can't remember. Somewhere up there. Almost a 6. Not there yet. And I gotta say, she feels really good. So I'd like to try Nightshade and I'd like to try Shadowblade. I don't have a Nightshade anywhere near high level. I'll have to do that with one of the PvP events. Oh, there comes some more point. 96%. Yeah, be more in 15 minutes. I might not be on in 15 minutes, I'm not sure. I've been at it for 3 hours here. Really not bad. Do the paperwork. Okay, so what I am going to do, I think I am going to stop because I got to get up tomorrow. But I am going to see if I can pick up the mount and put it in the account vault. So, can we stick the mount in the account vault? You cannot put this item in the account vault. Right. So, that answers that. Now, at some point when I want to get a horse for another character in Midgard and happen to have 5 plat to spend on doing it, I'll check and see if I can buy another horse. Because I get the feeling that it must be 5 per as a big cash sink. The only thing I can think. I don't know why they did that, what they've got against horses. Somebody was just saying they didn't know throwing weapons range increased with height, just like it does with arrows. But we still have the math behind each arrow shot here. Not like the magic spell arrows on live. Which is kind of a cop-out to dealing with complaints about archers and things like that. Because, yeah, an archer on the top of a tower has a terrifically bigger range. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to toggle that sucker. But other than that, that's not bad. Maybe I should move it over top of my head on the left-hand side of the screen, but no, actually that won't work because when I'm over here, I'm going to block it, aren't I? Yeah. Got to change that, too. Always so many things to do when you're setting up a stream. It's a tremendous amount of work. Kind of hard to believe how much work it is, actually. Okay, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you very much, everybody who came by. Thank you very much, I am Nizzy, for the subscription. If anybody liked this and hasn't hit follow before, please hit follow. And have a good night, and I will see you on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be stupid and go like long hours on Sunday again. Maybe the Sunday after that. But I will definitely be on Sunday, and look forward to seeing you again. Have a great night. Thanks for dropping by.